Hey guys, welcome to Be Original with Isley Creative,
where we discuss all things marketing. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Be Original podcast video blog thing. And we're happy that you're here. My name is OJ.
And I'm Christian.
And we are back for week number 6.
Yes.
Episode 6. Okay, so like we start off everyone this season, we are talking about
Creating content for every stage of the buyer's journey.
Yeah, and today we're talking about advocacy. Advocacy? Advocacy.
Yeah.
That's a hard word.
It is.
Okay.
For some people. It's 4 syllables.
Nobody asked you.
That's one syllable too many.
All right. So this one is interesting because I feel like this hasn't been a thing until recently. Like more of a thing. Like it's always been a thing, right? But I feel like everybody's now jumping on this bandwagon.
It's become a sales tool, and it wasn't always. It's probably a better way to put it, where I think people are recognizing, like, we're in a time where everybody's fighting for things, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody has a voice, and everybody has a platform through social media, things online, to be able to do and say whatever they want about anything. So I think we're just in this world that everybody is so profoundly locked into certain beliefs for whatever reason, and marketing professionals have seen that there's clearly a tie to that and sales. And this is like it can be a very like touchy and kind of annoying thing sometimes. There's like everybody's advocating for something and this and that, but it can also be a really powerful thing if it goes in line with the core beliefs of your company.
Yeah, I mean, if you can clearly tell that something like this is an afterthought after looking at your company, then it's just not meant. Like you're not meant to be doing this. Actually, it's interesting. One of our partners that we work with, an agency here in just outside of Chicago, they started a program within their agency that is, my understanding is that it's completely built to train and educate kids in other countries in media. And that's in all forms of media. So that's video production, it's copywriting, it's graphic design, all those things, right? Yeah. And they did it because they were really passionate about, the idea of teaching and training up the people that are less fortunate than the rest of us. So I think it's really great. I think an organization like that spends their entire career building content and stuff for other brands, and then using that, some of that money to dedicate to kids overseas, it's obviously it's a great thing. I mean,
and using your service or product to help in those situations. We have another client that has a product that was able to be used in a lot of disaster relief situations, and recognized that potential and started to go down that road and promoted it and things like that. And I just think it's important if you have an opportunity to use what you do to help people. There's no shame in sharing that. And there's also a huge benefit, in PR and marketing to be able to say, hey, look, we're more than just this. And we really do care about these things. And these are the things that our company is going to stand behind. And whatever it is, donate proceeds or send a team to help certain situations, or even just send a team to film and document what's going on in certain situations to raise awareness, and say, hey, did you know that this was happening?
Right.
So
again, I want to re-emphasize this because I feel like somebody could miscue this. This isn't necessarily a marketing ploy. Like the idea of this, it can be,
and it is a lot of the time.
People do use it that way, absolutely.
Yes.
But we're not advocating for that. What we're saying is that if there's something that actually means something to you and your organization, then you should absolutely be letting your customers or potential customers into that thing. You're already asking them to buy into your brand. Like it's more than just selling a product now. We're selling a a reason, the why, right?
Yeah.
So we're already asking them to buy into more than just a product. This is another way for them to say, listen, you can be a part of our family by doing this with us.
Yep.
And every time you do that, this goes to that, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's great. We've done it internally. We've been to Africa, we've been to Honduras, and it's been great. Like we've been able to help and do what we can, right?
Yeah, I think this is where like the passions of the personal life of your company come into play.
Yeah.
So like for us, I mean, your dad is a missionary essentially, and he's more than that, but he does a lot of work in missions, and that's been something that's been a part of your life since you were a kid, and so that's very important to you personally. And then for me, it's the same thing. I don't have a parent in missions or anything, but I have a passion for it. I have a passion for traveling and seeing the world and helping people, and that is why it's easy to say, okay, I mean, we don't need to make money on this. Let's just go. Like, let's go do this.
Yeah.
And I just think it's good. And it's something to share. Like, it's something that should be like bleeding through your company, right? Yeah. And I think that's the important thing, is like there's a fine line between manipulation and like just showing who you are. Right. And that's what you have to teeter-totter on. This is like there are absolutely benefits in marketing when it comes to advocacy. And I think right now it's the whole thing is just saying, are you manipulating people and using a situation like this to sell product, or do you actually care about these things and you want to you have a platform as a company that has clients, you have a platform to get people involved. Yeah. And especially, the everyday person can't necessarily get their hands dirty and be on the ground in, situations and make changes, but it can give them an opportunity to say, hey, by buying our product, you're helping make a change. Right. Right.
You brought up a really cool example. Christian and I are really big fans of Shark Tank. We love watching people make fools of themselves.
Why didn't you take that deal?
So anyways, you brought up a really cool story, and I thought it was interesting because I saw the episode 2, the elephant pants, and it's interesting how even sometimes products, services are birthed out of experiences in your life, and those can quite honestly be the most meaningful experiences and even brands to buy into. Yeah. You're no longer just buying a pair of pajamas. You're buying this idea that you get to help the giants of the world, of the God's kingdom, right? Like find a safe haven.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen the episode, the basic summary is these guys saw a problem, and they were visiting an elephant sanctuary somewhere in Asia, and realized that these elephants were being abused and not taken care of, and all of that, and they developed pants with elephant prints on them, and a certain percentage of the proceeds went to help free these. So basically, they're trying to buy the elephants out of the sanctuary and move them to somewhere safe. And I just thought that was really great, and they were able to build a really big brand out of it and be able to continue to actually do some work. And that was birthed out of this advocacy, and awareness. You think elephant sanctuary is a safe place, and people are probably going and visiting and thinking this is safe. And then, like you look behind the curtain and find that it's not. And so I'm sure there's a lot of people that didn't realize that this was an issue. Sure. And I mean, who doesn't love elephants? So it was one of those things. It's like, here it is. This is what we're doing, and this is why.
We got to see them up close and personal.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In Africa.
Yeah.
All right, so we covered a ton of stuff today on advocacy, but week 8 we're going to be doing something really cool. We're going to do a live broadcast. We're going to do which is just really all the agenda is to answer all of your questions. So please like, comment, share, all those good things on whatever platform you're on, and we'll be sure to answer them in week 8, so make sure you tune in for that. So thanks so much for letting us be a part of your day. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks again for checking out Be Original with Isley Creative.
You're the reason we do this, so be on the lookout for more tips and advice on your marketing strategy.